Here's Michael Badgley now to get this one started. And we are underway from Indianapolis. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. This is James White, and he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercises before this one, and they're paying off.
Rodgers' throw into the hands of Henry here. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he only manages a couple here, down to about the 38-yard line. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. To throw is Rodgers. And caught by Henry. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Damian Harris with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Patriots drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Colts, nothing. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Eason and the Colts now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. They give to Taylor out of the gun.
That's the type of run that Jonathan Taylor gives you so often, and you just can't take it for granted. He finds a way to get those extra yards. The 3rd running back taken in the 2020 draft, but he had the best numbers by far of any of them. 1,169 yards, 3rd most in the NFL, and by the last quarter of the season, he ranked among the best runners in the league.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Play action. It's Eason. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Dietrich Wise Jr. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Here's Eason to throw. And that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way you wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. A big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They'll try and throw for it here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He completes it to Henry. And running with power here. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Give them a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. The Patriots will bring on the field goal unit. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Eason sets to throw it. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
On first down, Jacob Eason. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Eason. That's complete to John Ross. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and...
Throwing is Eason. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And the Patriots are going to get the football back at their own 17. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. And he'll drop it underneath to White. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble. He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Jonathan Jones there to make the stop.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Throwing the out route and complete. It's White. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On play action, Rodgers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Henry. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
On first down, Harris.
And that's a run characteristic of Damian Harris. When he touches it, he gets not what's just blocked, but he gets a few more yards as well. He's been dinged up his first 2 years with the Patriots, only 10 starts a year ago. But you have to believe that this coaching staff thinks that he's capable of bigger and better things.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Gary and Conley, the one to bring him down. On play action, it's Rodgers. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Corey Willis. And the Colts force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Left tackle Eric Fisher, the former Kansas City Chief, the guilty party. So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. Rodgers on the return. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
The 39-yard line.
Now Eason. Left side, Doyle with it. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't.
And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Pats are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 30-yard line.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Opting to run again here with White. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
On the sneak, Rodgers.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and the lead is down to a field goal. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Now Rodgers to try again after the pick 6. Complete. It's Henry. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big play there for the Patriots.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just help receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick 6 just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
Rodgers now on 1st down. This one to Bourne out on the left side. That catch good for only a couple.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
From the 31, Rodgers. A look over the middle, and he's got Perriman. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And right side, Henry's got it. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. There he goes left side. 20. 10, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. A dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Patriots.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now the touchback's coming back to the 25 instead of the 20. When guys field it that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Let's take over first and 10.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in.
There he goes, right side. The 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, like most guys from Wisconsin, he's not one to shy away from contact. He proved it right there. Now Blankenship on for the PAT. It's up and good to make it 21-17.
Next to score, 17.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they have to try and move past that pick six because now they're dealing with a fourth-quarter deficit. And they need this drive to end in points. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. 53 yards rushing for him now to this point. Second down and 3. Throwing is Rodgers. And caught by Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
On second down and 4, Rodgers, open man is born. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big play that time on the catch and run.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
First down, here's White. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's second and 2. Rodgers now to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Jacoby Myers, his second touchdown on the season. And once again, the Patriots are back out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And that gives them a 3-point lead.
Patriots 24, Colts 21.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And he's finally out of bounds, but he's taken it all the way down to the 8. A big play there for Indy. So that run there, yeah, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see. They'll run here with Taylor. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
On second down, it's Taylor. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Escaping the pressure. Got a man. It's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown. Michael Pittman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are once again going to retake the lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. On 1st down, Rodgers to Henry.
I like what they did there, still keeping their tight ends involved. They understand it's not quite Hail Mary time just yet.
Back to throw. Rodgers finds White. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. To throw is Rodgers. He's got Perriman. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Rodgers to throw. He'll get that out to the flat to right. So nothing doing there. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. Now a timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now Rodgers. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
That is caught. It's Perriman. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead.
Next to score, Patriots 31, Colts 28. Jake Bailey to kick off Patriots.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now Eason. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Ross. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Eason to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Patriots have just about sewn up this football game. The Patriots in the victory formation as they'll take the knee. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting.